Let's just work off our basic outline. Approach versus attraction. All right, guys will ask me, well, let me kind of just give you a little background. I did not set out to become like a dating coach or a dating guru. I got divorced 17 years ago in my late 40s. Had not dated since college. I sucked at it back then. Yesterday, I told you a few of my really bad dating strategies, like leaving a seat open in chapel and hoping a woman would sit there. I've told that to people. One guy said, oh, I've always had a similar one. I always leave the passenger side on my truck door unlocked when I'm driving around, hoping some woman will just get in and sit down. And I said, that can happen, but I'm not sure it's the type of woman you were looking for, and it's going to cost you a little bit. But, you know, the bad dating strategy. So I had to learn to date. Remember I said yesterday, whatever you struggle with, if you can master that thing you struggle with and become a teacher of it, you can become an expert at shit that right now, you know, boggles your mind and keeps you stuck and frustrated. So I started teaching. Now, the most common question, I lead up to that. The most common question guys ask me, what do you do when you see a girl you like, and how do you approach her and like get her to like you? I go, what do you mean? There's a big difference between liking somebody and thinking they look hot, right? There's a big difference. So I said, okay, so basically because you see a woman's face or tits or boobs or her body, and your male ego says, my life would be better if that was next to me in some way, you want to know how to get that. And they go, yeah, how do you do that? And I go, I don't know, I don't teach that. Because it's not what I do, and it's not what I've ever done, and it's not what I've had to do. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, I'm going to say, let's talk a little bit about approach first off. Let's just call it drawbacks. And when I talk about approach, I'm going to qualify this more as we talk. So when I talk about approach, I'm talking about just like cold approach, like I like her tits, I want to get her number. That's, you know, she doesn't know you exist. I'm going to say just a few drawbacks. I think it's fundamentally invasive. I think you are being invasive to another human being purely because you've objectified them. If a woman is even moderately attractive, everywhere she goes, men have been invasive of her. She goes to the gym, men are invasive. She's on public transportation, they're invasive. Now, if they're going out to a club, dressed up, wanting attention, that's a different context. If a woman doesn't know you exist, does not send you a signal of indicator of interest, when you approach her, they don't know a goddamn thing about you. Who is this guy? What does he want? Is he a pervert? Is he a creep? Is he going to stalk me? Is he going to try to interrupt my workout routine? They don't know that stuff. So guess what women automatically do in that context? Any guess? They put their guard up, which is going to feel like rejection to us. They put their guard up. Why? Because they're smart. They don't know who the fuck you are. It's also based on an attachment to an outcome. You want a specific woman based on some physical traits, because what else are you going on, right? If you haven't actually talked to her, had an interaction with her, purely based on physical traits, you have an attachment to outcome. You want her to respond positively to you, right? Why? Because it's going to make your ego feel good. Because you think if I have a girl like that on my arm, every guy I know is going to envy me, and of course the sex is going to be hot. To paraphrase, what did the Buddha say about attachment? It's the root of all suffering. He was right. Whenever we get emotionally attached to a specific outcome, you are guaranteed to suffer. Which means that's why so many of us suffer with women. We get attached, emotionally attached to a specific outcome. I want this girl to like me because I think she's hot, or because I think she'd be a good girlfriend, or because I think she'd be good in bed, and we suffer. Another problem is that if you approach a woman cold, she doesn't know you exist, you've now given her all the power to be the decider. She's the alpha, you're the beta. She has all the power. And even if that eventually works out in some way, she will always be the alpha in the relationship, you will always be the beta. You'll always be trying to please her, keep her happy, make sure she's not upset, make sure things go well, make sure she doesn't leave you, blah, 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 blah. Anybody been in a relationship like that where you spent the entire relationship trying to make her happy and not leave? Yeah, those are not good relationships, okay? Another drawback of approach, the way at least most men go about it, is that I think it is fundamentally shallow and demeaning. Why are we approaching this woman? We like her tits, right? That's why. Now, how evolved is that? Now, there's nothing wrong with liking a woman's tits. I mean, it's wired into us. We like tits, right? There's no question we like tits. But if that's the depth of our attraction to other human beings and the depth of what we think we're going to build any kind of connection or relationship on, it's shallow and demeaning. It's built on body parts, right? Any attraction that is purely about body parts is shallow and demeaning to us and to them. We are more than that. Now, I'm a big believer you should be with a woman you're attracted to. I'm a big believer in that. And if your attraction to women is solely based on their body parts, you're going to be in for a world of hurt. You might as well just stick to porn. You get all the body parts you want right there. You get to pick and choose which body parts you want. Most of us approach women like they're porn objects. Okay, so with that said, and I'm not trying to just put a bummer on everything here, but I'm gonna give you an alternative that fits really well with the model being taught here. Now, what I will say, what I've seen with at least conscious approach and conscious pickup is I like the fact that it often gets guys working with other guys in teams, which is a good thing. That's good for us. And it gets us out of our comfort zone. And as most of the coaches have been talking about, as soon as you consciously move out of your comfort zone, you're going to start feeling stuff. You're going to start having self-limiting beliefs that come up. And the good news is if you're conscious, you get to work with that stuff. You get to watch it. You get to be the observer, the witness of it. Oh, my brain's telling me she's not going to give me the time of day. My brain's telling me women like her don't talk to guys like me. Or you start feeling what you feel. And I love how Brian and all the coaches in this program take that and work with it. So I love that. Anytime you're out of your comfort zone, that's a ripe area for growing, for challenging yourself, for challenging self-limiting beliefs, for doing the feeling work and the grounding work and the embodiment work that all the coaches in this program talk about. Okay, so there are benefits to getting out of our comfort zone. And like I said, this is my opinion about drawbacks of approach. Now, what I do teach men is attraction.